Hello, my name is Holly Vogt. I'm from Thespy in Troop 7702, and this is my theater marketing Thespy on the 39 Steps. The 39 Steps was a senior show that we did in 2023, which was directed by, acted by, and just created by our 4 theater seniors that year. The 39 Steps is a play about Richard Hannay, who is falsely accused of a murder he didn't commit and spends the rest of the play trying to prove his innocence, where lots of shenanigans ensue. But the 39 Steps itself as a play is a really interesting thing because it's a parody play surrounding the original movie that came out in 1935. So it's kind of laughing at itself throughout the entire production. There's only 4 actors in the play, and that's written that way in the script. So there's one actor who plays Richard Hannay, there's another actress who plays all 3 of his love interests, and then the other 2 actors play every other character in the show. This creates a really unique environment throughout the show where the actors are just as much characters in the show as the characters themselves. And so when marketing this play, it's important to keep in mind that we had 2 main goals. One was to market this comedy murder mystery and highlight the play itself, and then another was to highlight the seniors, which this play itself already had done by just existing. So who are we marketing to? So we are marketing to 2 main groups. One is people inside of our school, Mount Vernon, and then another is in the general community of Sandy Springs. So this kind of created 2 different marketing plans because for people inside the school, our school is a kindergarten through 12th grade school, and so there's only 120 people in every grade. So people in the school know each other a lot. And the majority of the school already knew who our 4 seniors were. So when it came to marketing inside the school, a lot of what we were marketing were the seniors themselves and come see our seniors big project. And that was enough to drive people to come see the show. Whereas in the general Sandy Springs community, not everyone knows who our seniors are. So we had to market the play itself and the comedy murder mystery aspects of it more. And another thing to note about this play is that it is not super friendly to young children. So instead of having a bunch of lower schoolers or middle schoolers come to the show, we decided to market more towards grandparents, and also we went to a lot of local retirement homes because this is based on the play that came out, or the movie that came out in 1935. Just going through some highlights of the marketing campaign for this show. One thing that we did that was really interesting was we partnered with Mount Vernon Towers, which is one retirement home that we were marketing at, where we had buses come to take the seniors to the show one night who didn't feel comfortable driving at night. And this allowed a lot of seniors who wouldn't otherwise have come to the show to be able to show up and even encourage more seniors to come just because it was such a planned activity. And then another thing that we had to do was we were able to have a photo booth of sorts in our lobby, which encouraged people to post their own pictures on social media so that we could just spread the word about the show through other people's social media accounts. Another unique thing that we were able to do was we were able to set up in the lobby before school one day a fake crime scene, and we had our 4 seniors in full costumes running around asking people if they had seen Richard Hannay. And handing out flyers as they did so. And this encouraged more people to come to the show and built a lot of engagement and just awareness surrounding the show. And people were really excited to come see the show and see what the heck that was all about. So that was really fun. Another thing that we were able to do as a front of house department was we were permitted by admin one day to set up directly after school, and this was opening night. So we were selling a lot of different things like souvenirs, concessions, snacks, food, beverages. And by setting up immediately after school one day, particularly opening night, we were able to sell a lot of candy and a lot of beverages because people are always hungry coming out of class, but also encourage all those people to come back later that night and see the show that they just bought stuff from. Now, instead of talking about the marketing campaign, I'm going to highlight some of the individual design work. I want to start by saying I did not design the poster for the show. All credit goes to Addie Vogt, our lovely publicity officer of that year. And she is the one who is responsible for the poster. However, I do want to highlight different aspects of the poster that was a reoccurring theme throughout our branding. Because the poster was designed first, however, we wanted to have a unified feel throughout all different aspects of this show. So the poster is similar to the set, which is similar to the front of house experience, which is similar to all the other design work that surrounded the show. And that was something that was really important to us. So one thing that you'll note just by looking at the poster is that it has a very grainy effect. And this was something that we wanted to utilize throughout all of the other design work, just to make it all seem somewhat aged and vintage. Another thing that you'll see later on is the Amazing Mr. Memory flyer. This was also in the show itself. And then it later is turned into a pin, which you'll see. There was also the spotlight, which I thought was really interesting because, again, the show is very aware of itself and its actors. And I think that having the spotlight is a really unique way of showing that. And then obviously all of the colors and all of the fonts are reused throughout the rest of the design work. So going into the design work, first up, I wanted to highlight all of the wanted posters. All of these highlighted a different senior, and some of them, all the seniors all together. And they were just a really unique way to hang up around the school and also sell during the show in frames. The next thing I wanted to highlight was all of our candy labels. These were also custom made, and we custom packaged all of our candy. And so we also renamed all of the candies, obviously, to be themed with the show. The next thing I wanted to highlight were the pins. There were 4 pins for the show itself. The 39 Steps, The Amazing Mr. Memory, Thank You, and I'm Not Surprised You're an Orphan, which are 4 references to the show itself. And then there was also 8 pins, 2 for each senior, that highlighted the seniors. And each senior has a quote, an icon, and also just their name. So if you knew or were friends with one of the seniors, then you might want to get their pins. And then also if you just loved all the seniors, then you just could get all the pins. Another thing that we designed was the evidence logo. This was a stamp that we had laser cut, and we were able to just use this to print on the popcorn bags and then also later the brownie bags. And then this is our menu. It does unify the rest of the design work by matching it. So just at the end of the day, were we able to drive more audiences to our show? I would say yes. We had a sold out show every single night. We were able to raise over $1,000 for our theater troupe. Thank you so much.